I think the brief I said was that I don't want to die. Like the goal is that I want to be not dead. So we started there. I got into violin making through working in a sheep farm in Norway. It's the normal path. So I was doing the lambing out there and driving a tractor on the mountainside, and it's the springtime in Norway, so the ground is still frozen, but it's raining. So it's kind of dangerous there, and so I said, okay, I need to do something else during the day. So he said, okay, I know this violin maker in the next valley. And he said, go to violin school, my boy, go be a violin maker. And then I got headhunted to Finland, straight out of violin school. Worked for the oldest shop in the country, it's recently closed. So actually now I think this is possibly the biggest shop in the country. Basically, I ended up running 2 quite large businesses by myself, which became a little bit too much. And then I was working sort of up to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. My health really started to suffer, so getting back problems, and actually I started to lose my vision at one point. As a violin maker, you really need your vision. And my hands are cramping up and zero energy, totally exhausted. And it was getting to the point where I was actually worried I might die, like a proper full-on burnout, like game over. Your body will stop you if you don't stop yourself. Ophthalmologist said you need to, take a month off work, and when I stopped laughing, he said maybe a week, and I was like, no, never gonna happen. And then my wife suggested Hintsa coaching because of the holistic approach. She said, basically you need a team. So you've got a doctor and a nurse, and so you do full blood work, see if there's any underlying issues. It's not the kind of coaching where it's all about, if you want a 10x, then you've got to, do 50 cold calls and then you blah, blah, blah. It's straight in with like, who are you? And I don't know. So it's a lot of very deep seeking questions about who you are at your core, and that helps you figure out who you want to be and why you want to do it. You're trying to 10x everything and all that stuff, and it's all very good, but if you don't know why you're 10x everything, then you end up losing your vision and fearing you're going to die. And it was small tweaks, really, like, you can take 10 minutes for lunch. I was like, huh, what an interesting concept. You could even leave the shop. So it's stuff that can seem really basic. I think when you get totally overwhelmed and you're nearly burning out, then you lose all perspective. So a lot of what we worked on was who I am when I come through the door. So now it's like, hey everybody, what's up, buddy? And that's a very different human being than a year ago, for sure. Kids have really noticed the change. It's when your kids are saying like, you're really calm these days and funny. It's like, oh, cool. I have energy, a lot more energy. Data-wise, I think my resting heart rate's now down to 52 from 68. Heart rate variability's up from 10 to around 58. Not wanting to die has been a pretty solid compass for me. It's led me to a craft that I love and a life that I can be proud of, call my own.